council has assembled. They are eager to hear your report.
Hello. We begin tonight's first meeting of the council.
I'm so glad she said it. She was hoping not to say it, everybody, but we managed to get her, we suckered her into saying it.
I edited.
Are you going to call us to order now, Elise?
Sure. I call this meeting to order.
Hear, hear.
Now you smack the gavel.
I second that.
I second the motion.
Hello. The council is a live talk show and podcast discussing Star Wars: The Old Republic. I'm Elise, and with me are my fellow council members, Redna.
Hey, hey, hey.
Magic Ace.
Hello.
And Sakari.
Hello, everybody.
Sadly, without the man bun.
Yes. Can't believe I didn't do it for the first one.
I know, right?
Awful.
I'm disappointed. So on the agenda for tonight, we're going to introduce ourselves and explain a little bit of how we got to being on this podcast, and some just kind of general impressions of SWTOR this summer.
This is a handoff.
That was the handoff magic.
Hey guys, by the way, after the live broadcast, you can find our recorded episodes everywhere podcasts are found,
I was tabbed
including
to
our
the wrong
YouTube
one.
channel.
Yes, including our YouTube channel. We are at thecouncilswtor.com. We are on facebook.com/the Council SWTOR, and on Twitter is at the Council SWTOR. You can also find our Patreon page at patreon.com/the Council SWTOR.
I guarantee you we're going to get a lot smoother at this as the weeks progress, right? We'll get to where it's like you can say it off, by heart entirely. Everyone will know. They'll be able to say it for us in the end. At least that's the plan.
Okay. So now let's talk. So, all right, I will start my introduction, I guess. So I've been playing video games since late 70s. Long time. I've only been playing SWTOR though for about, God, what? I think it was before 4.0. So like 2.5 years, maybe. I came here from other BioWare games, and this is my first and only MMO. Well, I play ESO now too, so.
Is that even legal? Like moonlight on the MMOs these days?
I think so. Yes, it's legal.
As long as you can afford it. Not all of us can afford that many subscriptions,
Well, the nice thing about ESO, it doesn't have one. It's buy to play.
Oh, yeah, you have to buy it. Oh, it's even worse. That's like more money at one time.
Bought it like 4 years ago, and I hadn't played it till recently, and then they went to Morrowind. Okay, anyway, we're getting off topic. SWTOR. My favorite class is Assassin/Shadow, but I hardly ever get to play it because I have to heal most of the time.
Yes, we need
You
to.
have to heal?
Just about. I usually have to switch. But when I get to Operative and Commando, I think that's good for me. Who wants to take over?
I say we let the ladies go first. Magic, you want to go next? Does that sound fair? Redna?
Sure. I thought when you said ladies you meant Redna, but okay.
Ouch.
Well, thank you.
I've been playing video games since I was 5 or 6 years old. My uncle had a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, all the Game Boys, stuff like that. So I started playing. Another cousin had Sega Genesis, started playing that. Before you know it, suddenly I have a dozen consoles. I didn't even know for the longest time you could play on a computer. So when I was introduced to Age of Empires, my love of PC gaming was born. It was so beautiful. And I have been a Star Wars fan, I have to say, probably since about second grade. So Star Wars: The Old Republic and video gaming together, it's just my favorite because The Old Republic's my favorite time frame. So for me, I just love games and I love Star Wars, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that.
Sounds reasonable.
Awesome.
As for me, I'm pretty sure that I'm the second, maybe the third oldest person on this panel. So I go way back to like before there was a Nintendo. I was really young, but it did exist.
Did you have Atari?
I remember Dig Dug.
Dig Dug.
I played
And the music.
Zelda at launch.
Yes.
Nintendo.
Well, and it was a few years after the Nintendo came out that I was permitted to have a console of any sort. But then I was off of the PC until after Warcraft 3 came out. That's what got me back into PC, off of, I think it was like PlayStation 2 at the time. And then it's been pretty much PC. I occasionally will pick up a console here or there, but I've never really been dedicated to it. I like my PC. I like building computers, actually. That's probably why. I like when they came out with the latest consoles, I discovered that my computer was still outperforming them, so I didn't really want to downgrade for the latest and greatest thing. Beyond that, SWTOR, yeah, I actually was able to get in about 2 or 3 weeks before launch for the beta. Had I not gotten in and seen that the graphics were as good as advertised, I may not have actually gotten in for quite a while. But since I've been blessed with the beta, I definitely got to enjoy the game and have been in ever since. As often as I have unsubbed, I have also gotten free 30-day codes from other podcasts and whatnot.
Wow.
So never actually unsubbed. I think I've had more than a year's worth of prizes that have paid for my subscription. But.
Mental note to everybody: let's disqualify Ridna. He needs to pay for his subscription here. Dang it, because I'm paying for it.
Well, my first character was a gunslinger, and I definitely have the smuggler's luck. What can I say?
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely went with a character that could never be expected to heal or tank. And of course, years later, I've got all the base classes, which means that I pretty much tank all the time nowadays. But I think that's it for now. It's up to you, Sakari.
It is. Well, I just want to say welcome to everybody that is joining us in chat here. I see Unique has already jumped on Flirting with Magic, so get started.
She's my boo.
So yeah, welcome to everybody. I guess my gaming background, I started like kind of with you guys. I mean, I remember Dig Dug 2. But then again, I was in South Africa at the time and everything was a little weird. We kind of got everything you guys were done with. So I was probably maybe like a generation lag. I don't know. When I got into it seriously, I came over here and jumped into like Halo and Counter-Strike and some of the first-person shooters that college guys like to play, and that's kind of where I really jumped into gaming. After that, like all of us, I suppose, KOTOR and KOTOR 2, that's very formative for me in my gaming time. And Star Wars Galaxies, I couldn't ever talk about my history in gaming and not mention that. I joined that during the CU era, so it wasn't really there during the heyday, but then I lasted as long as I could past NGE that destroyed that game, and was a refugee for a really long time, you know, once they killed that game. I played a lot of Guild Wars 1. I played Ion, kind of waiting for the next Star Wars MMO to come out, and then I got word in 2009, I believe it was, that SWTOR was going to be out. So I jumped into that. I've been a part of this game. I wouldn't say that I joined in beta or like in alpha or anything, like when the really cool people with good computers were doing it, but I was able to get in there right kind of from the start. I got rolled into the Bastion from my Origin server where I guildmastered 2 guilds. One of them was Freedom Rising and the other one was Vindictive. I actually started as a pub, believe it or not. That made a little, I don't know.
What?
Started as a pub.
What?
Disgusting.
And I pubbed it up forever. And then I decided to stop
Wow.
pubbing it. And then I went over to the dark side where I've been ever since. So I guess then my guild kind of fizzled out. We joined Failure. And then Failure had decided, hey, we're going to go to the Harbinger. So I came over when Failure joined the Harbinger, but then I kind of broke free and was like, hey, I'm going to go make some new friends. And that, lo and behold, is where I discovered Unholy Alliance. All my current friends that I hang out with in games. So I was doing that. I decided to jump in kind of full throttle in being a public person. And so I started streaming in February of 2015. Started to leverage like a lot of 2D layout, graphic design type of stuff that I was doing from web design work at the time. So that's why I have all of these overlays like that we're sitting in right now, respective screenshots. And that was, for the most part, about it. I joined Passionately Casual in the podcast there. I was, made a guest appearance on episode 11 and hung out with them for 12 and 13, and then was asked to join as a permanent host on Passionately Casual on episode 14. So I was able to get in there and then ride Jesse and JT's coattails to Bioware influencerdom. So, but I'm not the talented one, that's for sure. So yeah, I guess to talk about, and I'll be real quick with this, SWTOR class stories. For me, Inquisitor and Sith Warrior are the best. I'm a Sith guy. I really like my Darksiders. If I was to think of the best of all of my characters, I have all of them are about 70 now, but I only really play on a handful. Because as we know, the latest updates have really slowed stuff down and made it so that you can't alt-holic your way through like you used to. I'm sure you guys will agree with that. Goodness. So yeah, I'll leave it right there. That's my introduction. I will hand it back to Elise to chair us through the rest of this episode.
All right, thank you. Okay, so let's chit-chat about what folks have been doing this summer and what their favorite things to do this summer has been. Anybody want to jump in first?
Sure, I dropped the ball last time. I could say something. So this, for those of you who don't know, I'm actually new to the Shadowlands, or from the Shadowlands. So I'm new to Harbinger, and I PvP a lot. PvP is vastly different on those two servers. So I have been trying to acclimate to the PvP on Harbinger, and I have to say, it's actually quite terrifying. Just a little bit. You guys are hateful. Not you, but, the server. Just saying.
So what's the differences? I want to know. What's the difference between Shadowland and Harbinger PvP? Uh-oh. I think we lost. Oh,
sorry. Technical difficulty. Well, I ranked PvP, healed, because I'm a healer. Heals are love, heals are life. When I would go in with a merc healer and heal, I would experience a lot of, once in a while, a little bit of people being hateful, but mostly it was experience of like, awesome, we just kicked freaking butt, making people rage quit because we're just so awesome. And I didn't have like a group. It was just queuing up in ranked by myself. And it was always a really good, positive experience. On this server, nearly the same gear, also a merc healer. Of course, this was pre the current Sork Sage nerf batting, but I would get into this PvP and it was trash talking, like toxic trash talking, people being super hateful at each other, at DPS, at tanks, at healers, people saying that there was no way they got any heals despite the numbers that you pulled. So to me, the vast difference is in the Shadowlands, it's like, this is a game, let's have fun. Oh, that was great. Oh, I didn't like this match. Over here on the Harbinger, it's like, I don't like you. I hate life. I hate the world. I don't want to play for this game. I'm just PvPing for tokens. That's what it feels like. So my summer has been trying to acclimate to an entirely different way of ranked PvP.
Wow.
Really, like a brand new culture.
It is. It really is. I got shocked. I had culture shock.
I don't even have the chat. I can't see any of that, really, unless it's in ops chat. I turn off all that stuff when I PvP. Makes my life better.
I like to give directions. I like to win. So I'm like, you do this, stop doing that, knock that crap off, let's do this. And so if I don't have chat, I can't see that.
All right. Anything else? Since I took you off the beaten path.
A little bit of the Narshada Life event. I feel like they're making me do it. All these tokens I pick up in my raids and stuff. I feel like it's an unsolicited body part pick where they're like, "Here, take this now." I'm like, I don't want it.
Oh, body part pick, like picture. I thought she was talking about a pick. You're picking body parts, and I did not even want to go down that path.
So what is
right.
the question is what we've been doing, right, with our time recently over the course of the summer?
Favorite part of SWTOR this summer?
Oh, goodness. Favorite part.
Not what you've been doing.
Personally, there's the game and what's happening in the game. Personally, I've just been leveling a new Juggernaut and have been enjoying myself. That's. I think it's been kind of good for me to take a break from all of the the competition that's in the CXP world. Everyone's fighting the CXP battle right now, trying to get their characters, not so big. And that to me kind of wears me out. Trying to push so hard. I kind of like to take it easy when I game side. So to be able to just kind of take it off and chill has been really cool. I've enjoyed doing that with summer. What about Redna now that he's back from his excursion away? Sir, what have you been doing with your summer in SWTOR?
It's the summer of love. No, I don't know. What? It's been a month and a half. It's not like it's been that busy. I guess since, June 20th, I have been doing a lot of operations and then some more operations. And then most recently, because we're launching this, I decided, okay, I guess I should start playing the story, which I haven't done since the end of Kotfi. Otherwise, I mean, I'm a group player. This is what I do is I like to play with others. So when they don't have group content, I don't play as much.
Now they've been bringing out flashpoints and all that kind of stuff. Are you just not that interested in that content right now?
There's been no flashpoints. They've had that thing they gave them another.
Rolling out master modes and all that, all of the higher levels of being able to do that.
I think he means that uprisings are not flashpoints.
Oh, yeah, the waves of bad guys that come at you.
Waves of bad guys.
No, I actually like orchestrated, group-oriented, need to form a team, have a tank, a healer, and a DPS, and have mechanics that you work through in order to demonstrate that you and your friends can actually achieve goals rather than just, beat the waves of nonsense coming at you. I did do 2 of those though, since they came out. I have
2 uprisings.
2. Yeah, actually, last night I think I might have done another one, so it might be 3 total. But no, the uprisings don't appeal to me at all. I'm really excited that they're coming out with the new operations. I have been doing a lot of the PvP. I've really enjoyed with the guild starting up. We've started, the notorious WOG. What's an ops group? Mm-hmm. I decided to come up.
Very notorious, and you know it.
This is how I got to know Magic, is because I decided to start whip.
Notorious.
You must whip it. What is PvP? So, and that's how I got to know Magic, because Magic said, hey, I'm new to this server, and I know how to PvP. I was like, well, then you better be willing to play with people that don't.
Right.
But we've been having a good time with that, too.
It's fun.
I did dump $9 million on that Nightlife event. It's the dumbest event ever in any MMO I've ever played.
Sure is expensive.
I hope you mean credit.
I like it. Am I the only person who likes it? I haven't won any of this stuff, but I like the dance floor. I was down with that.
Oh, you like the decorations?
Yeah, not for the gambling.
Is stupid. Some of the rewards are nice. The event is stupid. You click on a machine and it randomly something happens. But it's got graphics that spin, and what happens on those graphics on those little machines have nothing to do with reality. It's literally just right click and keep on right clicking.
Opening a CXP box, only different. There you go.
Well, I have stream bombed both Redna and Sakari while they're streaming their Nightlife event, and both of the times they've been like, ugh. Oh, and they're growling at the machines. I'm like, gosh, what is your guys' problems? Do you need some medication? They're like, yes,
you need to make these kinds of noises to stay awake. Otherwise, you fall asleep at your keyboard. It is literally what happens.
Manually
if people
gambling.
are talking enough in the chat room, then I just get so mind numbed that I pretty much turn.
It's been complicated. I don't know. For me, I've run into the following issue, right? here's the event, and I'm like, woohoo, let's get into like full-fledged into this event. I can blow all my cash, like bankrupt my legacy on this thing. And then they got this stronghold that's coming out, and I'm like, because I'm not one of these players that has millions and millions of credits. So I have to make a choice now, but between do I want to see this new stronghold or do I want to participate in the event? So I let the pig go. I got the stronghold. I'm going to keep that, as opposed to getting the pig on one character, and then having to. I just don't have the cash for that, so it'd be redneck and bankroll me.
No, I cut myself at 9 million because I wasn't going to break 10. And when they came around with this nightlife event the first time, it took me 1.5 million to win everything. So I had to pay my dues, but
Did we have a straw poll for this?
Yes, so that is one thing that we did. Thank you for bringing that up. We have I did do a straw poll this I called it what question of the week. And we put it up there. Let's put that on screen. We had the question of the week, and I asked what was your favorite part of SWTOR so far this summer. The options that we gave people were the SWTOR nightlife event, assuming I can say this, the Manon Stronghold, Avila and Esne, class rebalancing.
Okay, nobody mentioned doing that. That has been my summer,
Really?
Primarily.
All of this stuff?
that's all you've done?
No,
The
new-
twins?
the twins and tithe and gambling.
Right.
Continue.
Well, then we had companion customizations, and then something I put on there just to see what people thought. It was a direct sale cartel market items. Did any of you guys? I know we've spoken some about the nightlife event, but we haven't touched much on the Stronghold, Avila, and Esne, and all that stuff.
I haven't bought the Stronghold yet, but I have been. I am getting it. I've been wanting Manon forever.
Yes,
It's good. I like it. I'm a little let down with it though, just a little bit.
Well, it's proven to be very popular. If you look, we got in the straw poll we did 44 votes in total, and it was the winner. Everyone seems to like the Manon Stronghold, or at least the majority do. We had 11 votes on that, 10 on the nightlife event, and on Avila and Esne. So it looks like a lot of what they've put out has been pretty popular. Companion customizations actually came in next after that. And then stuff started to taper off quickly. Direct sale, cartel market items showed, but not all that much. And then class rebalancing, I guess somebody was very happy that somebody got nerfed.
It was probably
One
JT.
vote? That's awesome.
One vote,
I
but
think
some
it
guy
was
was like,
JT.
nerf those
No.
those guys.
If
Those
Neff did it, that's who probably voted that.
goodness. I don't know. I've had fun this summer. I mean, it's been like, but it's probably because I took the more easy road. I did get the Manon Stronghold and just kind of chilled and enjoyed it, and decorated it some. But I do agree with the insight that's out there. I don't. Maybe you guys can weigh in on this. You can't make a pretty stronghold and get to 100. Like you've got to just fill every hook you can to get it to where it's maxed out. If you're like a conquest person.
See, I don't.
You're not a
I don't-
decorator.
Because I had to switch
I
servers
just
from
looked at it. I
Bastion
don't
to
care
this
about that.
hellhole, I stopped caring about decorating my strongholds. Yeah. I did buy that Yavin one though. I didn't do anything with it, but I unlocked it all.
Well,
Wow.
there's so much space there. You could.
Well, the
decorate
problem
for
is the
this
first one I bought, my favorite one was the Tatooine one, and I on Bastion, man, made that thing look beautiful, and it stretches, and there's jumps and nooks and crannies, and I got ceilings, and and I made sure that everything in it was unique, but it tied together into comprehensive individual rooms and everything. I was so proud of myself. And then they killed the difference between PvP and PvE servers, and everybody's like, well, I'm going to the populated one on the West Coast, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll go. And I get there, and all of my strongholds are empty. And I was just like, oh God, this is going to take me so I need to get my conquest points. So I just said, signs, here we go. All over the wall.
Cheers,
Well, you
cheers,
could
signs
have
and cheers.
redecorated it. You had all
Yeah.
the stuff, Redna.
But then it's just like my Facebook page. I haven't used it since 2010 because I trashed it so much due to games on the damn thing. I invited people that I don't know who the hell they were, but they'd get me more points in said game. And now I walk into my stronghold and I see this vomit all over the walls, and it's like, God, that's going to be way too much work to fix.
Yeah, and you probably like the immediate area on Drummond Castle or whatever. That's where you put all your crafting, your table and your GTN terminal and your legacy cargo hold. Get it all there, so that's all you use, and the rest of it you don't even visit. I bet.
Well, I actually still use the Tatooine one, but yeah, it's the same idea. To the left of where you zone in is where my mailbox is, and to the right is all three of the different strongholds in GTN. So
Right.
You're
me
so
too.
creative.
That must be common. I like the Drum and Cost one because of the rain. I
Oh,
find
yeah.
that kind of unique.
So the
So
See, I
I
actually like the Coruscant one for the same reason as the ambiance, the sunset kind of. It's like when you take your camera and you don't actually look at your stronghold, you just kind of look off on the horizon. It's very kind of zen. It's neat.
All right. Any last words on the straw poll and what
Oh,
we've been
as
doing?
for the poll, I would have checked other.
Yes, you did
Okay.
mention that on Twitter.
That would have been where I had gone because, frankly, none of this has interested me at all.
Really?
Avella and Esne is great, but when they're releasing a single operation over a year and a half to 2 years, it's like, why am I going to spend too much time in here until they're done making the thing? Also, I was really disappointed that they didn't come out with Nightmare Tithe at the same time as they came out with Ava and Esne, like they said they would.
I mean, I think I agree with you. You got Avel and Esne. I'm almost at the point where I'm sick of Tithe. And you have to keep running him now to get to the boss 2. And you have to keep running boss 2 when you're sick of boss 2 to get to boss 3. So
Exactly.
I don't know
And then when
that
there's
the
boss
model
4, it's like, ooh.
Yeah, by the time you're done boss 5, half the operation is so old you're sick of it. And like you got this new content on the end. And I don't know. Is it working like you guys, like they were wanting it to? I don't.
What do you mean? Like keeping people engaged for
Well,
giving
yeah.
them at least something?
Yeah, because I mean that stuff to me atrophies pretty quickly.
I
Well,
don't
if they've
think
been
I
putting it
do.
out every month and a half to 2 months like they had said they would, then I think it would have been actually fairly reasonable, particularly if they maintain the difficulty level or increase the difficulty level that's released, because then you're working on actually defeating something, until you do, then the next one comes out. And, 6 weeks is a pretty good amount of time between
Right.
bosses. But how long was it? 3 months? 4 months? I think that's too long. Additionally, I agree with you. What they should have done was a kind of a similar layout to what they did with Dread Palace, where you've got all 4 of the rooms, but rather than requiring you to do them in a certain order, just let you go to each one.
But then it's not an operation.
Yeah, it is. To get
you
to
get to
get
just
to the
pick the
final
boss?
To get to the final boss.
You're
that
talking
would
about
be
more
what
like Dread
required-
Palace,
yeah.
right? Where everything's kind of
Yeah.
off some kind of a central arena, and you can pick the new one if you want to. Just work on the new one and forgo the old.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
And then maybe change the weekly up to where you just have to defeat the new boss. And so you can go in there and defeat the new boss, or you can do the round and do everybody and complete the operation. Quote.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Have you guys done it on hard mode yet? Or routinely on hard mode?
I've died on hard mode.
Let me guess, you were a Sork heels.
Actually, yes, I was. I was like, force management. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I haven't done it since PTS, so
Yeah, and
Actually, I did do it once since PTS, but not regularly by any stretch.
And then there's been the class changes. One of the things that, because I was Sork healing as well, Magic knows this, we've teamed up to heal these groups. And I feel like, in many ways, now that they've nerfed them down to where they should be, I'm struggling to keep my head above water. And if anybody's standing in super too much, it's easy to get kind of miffed at people because you aren't helping out the healers and you don't really have the ability. To me, it was like such a hit that the orb got nerfed. Dang it, that's my orb. Don't nerf my orb, so I don't know.
we talking about jazz hands, or we talking about like the force armor or whatever?
No, he's talking about the bouncing ball.
Oh, what's the bouncing ball's name? Somebody help me out.
Roaming Mend.
Roaming Man, thank
Oh.
you. So there was a 25% nerf that to me, it's my bread and butter heal skill. But they nerfed it 25%. And then there's some other thing that they nerfed that they were like, oh, this doesn't do the 5% bonus to Roaming Man. So in the end, like, it's a cumulative 30% nerf to that. To me, I am in PvP. What I decided to do with my Sork was to wait out of PvP and wait for the 5.4 adjustments and then try it again, because there's still some classes that are kind of OP, I think. Then everything's kind of where they're expecting the target to be. So
That's actually not even my biggest problem with it. My biggest problem was what they did to Dark Heal and Static Barrier. The rest of it I can deal with because I heal with everything and I'm just super used to it. I bounce back and forth from healers. I'm not like set in a class.
right.
But what they did with static barrier, I'm like, it's kind of pointless now. Like, why even use static barrier except for on the tank? Because the amount of damage it's absorbing is not worth me using the force power on it, unless it's for myself or a tank.
Diminishing
or someone
returns
who's dying. Like, at that moment, like, they're going down, they have a couple percentage. Sure, I'll throw them a static barrier to keep them up, but it doesn't feel like it is as effective as it used to be, which is, again, the point of a nerf. But I agreed with all of the nerfs except for what they did to static barrier and Dark Hill. Static barrier was my baby because I utilized my stop power. You stop the damage. But now it's like, okay, you stop it for a few seconds and that's it. So now I feel like an operative with my shield probe on myself.
Yeah. What about Redna and Elise? Have you guys experienced any of difficulties as a result of the change?
Well, my favorite DPS is the Gunslinger, and they were supposedly nerfing the hell out of that, but I was in an op last night and still pulling top numbers, so I wasn't too stressed about it. I mean, most of the operations, maxing your DPS out to the key, or to the, like, top threshold possible or whatever, it's never really been about that. It's about minding game mechanics, not stressing out your healers too much, and just getting it done right without dying. Right. Usually, there are exceptions, but that's generally the case. Yes,
you don't stress out your healers? What? You're doing it wrong.
I know I'm doing it wrong. I'm sorry.
Right.
Again, I came from the Bastion where we were supposed to be nice to our healers. Now that I'm on the Harbinger, I'm learning to stress them out.
Okay.
Good old Harbinger. Yeah, I don't know. There's been a lot of stuff that's come out this summer because I mean we had 3.2 and there's been 5.4. What am I talking? Where they've done all of the stuff, and we've got the stronghold. Then we have 5.4 on the horizon. Where help me out here. It's 5.4, right? We're at 5.3 now.
Yeah.
Goodness me, I'm getting tripped over my numbers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But 5.4, they're now introducing a new stronghold. So it's like, well, we just got a stronghold. I don't know if that's too close together. Can't really grow into the other one because now you're going to be wanting to grow into the new one, assuming everybody achieves it fast enough.
I say
Make
more.
it sound like pants.
Bring them on. Bring a stronghold on with each one. Whatever. Some people, that's all they want to do. So they don't want to do all this other stuff. So let them have what they want.
They don't want to play games. They want to decorate. They're interior designers.
Decorate the Barbie house.
And they want to be cute and be Space Barbie. Hey, whatever. Give them all the things.
Hey, I'm just saying that the best thing that's happened to this game since 4.0 came out has been the Voice Actors Guild strike against the video game industry. Because finally they're designing a game that's playable rather than a spacebar.
Actually, I hadn't thought about that, but that's a good insight.
It's been brilliant. It's been wonderful. We've actually gotten gameplay again, and I'm happy about it.
Oh,
We've got
man.
real flashpoints on the horizon. I love, you wanted to get into the 5.4 stuff. I'm really at first I was a little bit skeptical, like, what does that mean? But now I'm just genuinely excited that they've kind of play-gated a stronghold. We've got this train that you can get, but you've got to play the flashpoint, and you've got to have the gear to do the flashpoint. Like, yeah, that's actually
That's
really
only on
cool.
master mode. That's not on story.
Yeah,
but it's
heavens
master
forbid
mode, you
you've
just have
got
to
to
run it
play
3
the
times.
game to get something. What?
What? No.
Oh,
I love
I'm not fond of flashpoints, so I'm gonna suck it up and go through the flashpoint to do that.
Well, I think you can run a story mode 10 times, I believe, to do it. Story mode, story mode. I think it's 10 times.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Or story mode though, but if you do veteran mode,
Ew, I think I'm
That's
not
less.
getting the stronghold. I'm sorry.
But
I really am not fond of flashpoint.
No, it's easy. You only have to do it
Let's
3
not
times
put in
master.
effort.
3
JT
times
clarified it
master.
for us. He said 3 times on master mode, 6 on vet, and on stories,
Oh my god, no. No.
or some combination thereof. I suppose to get over the mark.
No. I don't like that.
So Elise,
No.
what do you do in game then if you don't play the PvE stuff?
I
He
do
runs around on fleet.
I don't like flashpoints. You get in there, this has been my experience unless I'm doing it with my guild. And even then, there's still times where I don't actually get to like experience the flashpoint. It's get from point A to point Z
Yeah.
as fast as possible.
Yeah,
Because
spacebar.
everybody has done most of it already multiple times and everybody's bored. And I've only done flashpoints Some of them I've never done. I've never done Lost Island. I've never done the Rackle one. I'm
That's
having
so
a
sad.
senior moment. I hadn't done the red, that one, whatever.
The Red Reaper.
Yes, thank you.
That's
I'd
actually
only
pretty
done
short,
that
if I
like
recall. It's not
6
that long.
months ago, the first time, or no, DBL, I think. But and most of it is I don't get to actually sit there and watch the cutscenes because everybody's going space bar in the chat, and so
Just ignore them.
I don't find it fun. So
Wait a second.
I'd rather do Shadow of Revan, frankly, with the Jesus droid by myself, because then I can do it as slow as I want to, and nobody's griping.
But wait, on PvP you said you don't have your chat on, so you can't see it. But suddenly for Flashpoint, you just have to have your chat on.
I didn't turn it off for those. So
Well,
like,
I think that's a personal problem, Elise. Go do some freaking Flashpoint.
I don't want to do it. Then you get people like jumping around in your face or whatever, and it just is annoying.
Elise,
so
look,
I don't like doing it.
You
I'd
are
rather do PvP or the story or large group content.
you look. I'm going to say it this way: you are a powerful person in your guild, or are you not? I would just say I'm issuing some orders that 4 of you have to drag me through. The 3 of you have to show up here and haul me through this thing. I insist,
We
and
can
we're going to
do
watch.
it, but I'm.
We're going to
Yeah,
watch
if I ever
all of the cutscenes, or else you guys are out.
Well, I mean, realistically, at least you only need 1 other person and 2 level 50 companions. You can still do it.
Well, I don't have a level 50 companion yet. That's another thing I haven't done.
Me either.
Darth Pops
with
can pay for
6
that for you. He's
feet.
offered.
I figured out pretty early on that you only have to get them over like the 30 mark to be able to do some of the harder content. Why bother going all the way? Unless you really are wanting to drive that to the end. To me, I was like, hey, I can do these veteran mode Star Fortresses with a level 32 companion, so we're good. That's where I stopped. So
Now,
I hate
to be
those.
fair,
Hard as a
my
healer.
guildies will wait, but by that point, I'm just kind of like, let's go PvP. If I'm doing something guild-wise, I usually go, let's just do it PvP. Or somebody goes, I want to do veteran mode or whatever, and I'm like, okay. Anyway, go on. Just don't like them. I'm the only.
interesting.
So moving along, I don't care about direct sale items in any way, shape, or form because I don't care about the cartel market.
Okay, so
Cartel
so,
market is designed for me to give prizes to my stream. So maybe when somebody actually requests one of those direct to sale items in the stream, then I'll go ahead and give it to them.
I've got a request, Redna. I got a request. I want the Tukata companion, so you should get that and let me win it.
Well, you got to win it before you can request it.
Well, that's
R3D,
okay.
R3D4 on Twitch.
Yeah, I've never been there before.
magic.
And class balances are class balances. I mean, everybody, the people that are affected negatively are going to be upset, and the people that are affected positively will be happy. And unless they're doing it at least on a monthly basis, it's just not really any meaningful because it just means that there will be certain people that cause problems for the next 18 months.
I'm really don't. I think the direct sale things are.
Have any of
expensive.
you actually gotten the
Wow.
speeder piloting thing that I completely forgot that they added and I haven't done?
4 and 5.
My
Nope.
husband has, but I haven't. However, he's playing on a computer that's so much worse than mine that on Speeder Piloting 3, I'm still going the same speed or faster than him maxed out, which he hates so much because he paid for it. He gets super aggravated. He logged on to my PC just so he could do the Speeder Pilot, and he goes, look, I'm faster now. I did it.
I
He's
haven't bought
thrilled.
them.
I haven't either.
I don't know what
I haven't either.
I mean, look, yeah, they're nice, but I've got more important things I want to get first, you know, so I don't know if I'll ever end up getting to them. Maybe once I have cash for it. No.
Yeah, same here.
Maybe. I won't.
I've been tempted by that strap attachment, weapon tuning,
Right.
buying that, but again, they're like 2,100 cartel points, and that's
Yeah.
like how much?
I think tuning.
It's like what, $20
tuning's-
or something? I'm like,
Yeah.
that's almost 2 months, a little more than a month sub. I just
Right. For me, tunings have been way too expensive. Like, I just, you know, and they're way too rare, and that's why they're so expensive. Is I think what most of them are platinum. or gold, or like they're
Something.
they're rare. So it's hard to get them. I will say this: I've actually enjoyed the direct sale thing. Because that's about the only way that I'm ever going to get a Teal Sean armor set. Or that's the only way it's going to happen is for me to jump on it when it happens. So
Dark versus light, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that one, but I did get the Zohan one or Zozan or whatever in the Dark versus Light, which I was happy about. And what's the other one? The Sith Recluse, I think I got that one too.
Yeah, Tulak Horde.
Tulak Horde. I got them both. I've been enjoying this. I voted for the direct sale. It was me. There was two people that joined me. There was two people that joined me on that.
Known.
I enjoyed it.
I have to admit, I have not even leveled up any of my companions outside of HK51, Treek, or my ship companions, because I never know when they're going to take them away and give them back and kill them off or not kill them off. And like, I'm still waiting for the few people I even started the story with. It's just like, yeah. So my ship companion, especially since they finally shut him up, he doesn't talk anymore. I actually really enjoy using him the most.
Oh, you don't like him telling you, "Oh, master, I put a fresh new coat of paint on your ship. It's the exact same color, but it's fresh."
Well, there's no reason to go into my ship anymore, so I haven't actually had to hear that.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I like the chit chat. I like that part, but so
well, see, this is why so many people, they hate Treek, and I actually love Treek because Treek doesn't speak English, which is apparently really upsetting to a lot of people. They don't like hearing the same noises over and over again, but I don't like hearing the same words over and over again. I can totally filter out into the background. It's like birds chirping in the background or whatever. It's just I don't hear the non-English.
I think it may be a pitch thing though, because Treek is Treek, right? Compared to Kim Vel.
Or Kaizenfest.
Yeah,
or
I mean, there's some
Aldar,
others
or...
you can't hear them, but I don't know. Maybe it's that high pitched little bear.
So I do know that you had in the question at the beginning. I just wanted to put that out there that my favorite companion with the new content has actually been the Imperial droid on my Republic Doom. The ship droid. So it's been wonderful.
Ren is definitely the resident contrarian. I put out there, hey, here's the big highlights of the summer, and what do you guys think on these? And he's like, I pick other. I do what I want.
Well, because you didn't even include any group content.
Yeah, both do what you want.
There was no PvP in there. There was no GSF in there. There was nothing fun on that list. It was all cosmetic BS.
Well, it's the latest and greatest in SWTOR. That's what That's what most people are doing onto.
It is the summer though, Rena.
I am really curious to see
summer. It's only 3 months.
Here's my question for you, though, right? You can now summon companions while moving. Why is that useful? Do you ever send your companion away?
Yes. There's a glitch that has been driving me crazy. When you do anything with the Star Fortresses or going through the stuff with Odessin, anything with Odessin, it seems like it dismisses your companion. And if you're about ready to run into combat and you're like, oh crap, my companion's not out, and you're trying to backpedal, it's sometimes it's too late and you're already in combat. If you could be running and summoning your person at the same time, the chances of you getting caught in combat without your companion and dying are significantly less, because that is a glitch they have not fixed, and it's been super freaking annoying because I'm going through all these Star Fortresses with my husband for his first time going through it, and we're constantly like, summon Lana. Oh, we gotta summon Lana again. Oh, look, Lana's gone. As we go through an elevator, we're like, I bet Lana's gonna be gone. Oh, she's gone.
Drinking game.
Yeah, exactly.
Might as well make it fun, right?
Lana's gone. Shots!
Okay, so this was a hacked together solution that rather than fixing a bug, they gave another option. Okay, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Renda, I'm kind of in your camp though. I don't necessarily see how it's useful because I'm like you. Bringing a companion out while I'm running is not so important as the companion doesn't leave when it's not supposed to. So yes, fix the bug.
Right, if it's working.
But there's more useful times to summon the companion. How about give me a perk where I can summon the companion during combat?
That's what I was just going to say. In combat would make sense.
I would jump on that. Because
then I could send my companion out to sell my trash, which only takes me 5 seconds, but I could leap right back into battle and have him actually come back out when he returns.
As opposed to getting splattered all over the wall and then you're dead and then your companion shows up and laughs at you.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I say, damn it, I need to go play my assassin again.
Perhaps this is the prelude to that.
That would be
the
cool.
hope.
That would be a cool next step. I
I mean,
would
we don't
certainly
know,
appreciate
but
it.
maybe this is the first step that if they can get this to work, then
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to hold my breath on that. I think the companion doesn't come. You can't summon during combat for a reason. I think that's a design thing that meant for that.
Yeah, it's like which I honestly think it's dumb, because if you're fighting in, like, say in a real life situation, or Jedi and Sith are fighting each other and their companions come running and see they're in combat, they're going to jump in. They're not going to wait until combat's paused. Like, oh wait, we can't help our fellows because they're fighting. Oh, fighting stopped. Let's go help them now. It doesn't work like that. So I honestly think the companions not being able to come back to fight you is probably one of the dumbest design things ever, in my opinion.
Okay, so here's actually, I can think of one reason why they designed it this way originally, and it's because originally they had a more complete game, and people actually played on PvP servers, which is why I bought mounting on your speeder while running, because it was excellent while you're moving around. You just keep mounting, you're running, or you sprint out from somebody and you're able to outrange them long enough to drop combat, so then you immediately mount up and keep on rolling, or whatever. And I could see that there are probably coding difficulties around the fact that if somebody's jumping you and you could just keep rotating between your companions and they never die, you
That's
know,
a good point.
that's probably somewhere from whence it came. But
Well,
Yeah, because you're thinking
yeah,
from
I
the
guess.
exploit angle. That's true.
Well, I would say, like, not summoning new companions, only that companion. That, you know how, like, the little circle at the bottom of your screen or wherever you guys put it is saying this is where your companion is. And when they're gone, you have the option to summon them back with the little, like, triangle. So to me, it would make sense to make that companion would be the only one you can summon while in combat. Because then otherwise you would have to select a new companion. So I wouldn't say, like, bring in a bunch of companions, like you were saying, like through almost like a conveyor belt, like, oh, this one's almost dead, oh, bring this one, oh, this one's dead, oh,
yeah,
bring
exactly.
this one. No, not like that. I'm saying, like, whichever one you have selected, whichever one's off doing its errand, that one can come back in, not a new one. You can't just summon any of them. It's whatever it is.
I mean, it's hard to know because SWTOR is in some ways a black box to us, especially from the BioWare end. Maybe once upon a time they had a reason for that, and now there's been some hardware upgrades or some changes, some database changes on their side that now make it okay. So they come around kind of full circle to it and go, hey, you know what? This is something that we can do now. I mean, look at a change coming here soon about currency, that everyone's going to have the ability to basically share it across your entire legacy, like
thank God.
Yeah, that's been an annoying thing, and I don't know why they designed it that way in the first place, or the way it is now. But maybe whatever limitations have forced that to be there are now gone, and now make that change.
I mean, I have to try and remember who my bank tune is, and then, and I forget I've got 5 million. That's what we're talking about, right?
Why don't you just start
Everybody
a tune
has
called Bank Tune, and then you never...
I did, but someone
I end
already
up
had that
playing
name.
it.
Somebody got it.
Yeah, I did that on 3 servers, and someone already had them. I'm like, dang it! It was very sad. I honestly just wish, like, each tune had their own little inventory, but then you could put it into Legacy like it was a bank, like a real life bank. So whenever you would repair from a repair bot,
A lot
you
of
can
other
choose
MMOs
from
do
your
that.
personal.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Well, I've only ever played Star Wars, so I don't know. But, like, that way you could choose, like, repair from guild, repair from personal, repair from legacy. Like, I personally would love that.
No, a lot of other MMOs allow you basically it's a bank. You put all your cash in the bank, and if you have multiple characters, you can do that, and then any one of them can withdraw or spend from it.
Yep.
Which I think is great.
ESO
To me,
does it that way.
this is a very good change. I mean, like as long as you get characters that are pretty high on certain currencies.
That's
And
your
then,
best
if one thing I don't want to see is, let's say character A is very close, character B is very close, character C is somewhere in the middle. You put them all together, and then you have like whatever the ceiling would have been. Yeah, whatever it would have been on one
when
character.
You put all your stuff together.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I don't see how that's not going to be an issue. I mean, think about it. They can't make it an unlimited bank. It's just, right? Isn't that a problem with just basic database coding?
I don't know. Maybe every
something.
character you have adds, if the ceiling on one character is 1,000, every other character brings it up another 1,000. I don't know what they would do. Or if it's just some arbitrary number like 10K. That's probably more likely to be the case, but we'll see. I don't know.
Well, when you're like me and you have like 32 tunes on one server, that kind of cap would be a major freaking issue.
Well, do you play them all, or do you only focus on
a majority of them? Yes, but like some of them I only log on to and do heroics on like 3 planets, and then when those are done I log off and then don't log back in until that week, and those are usually the tunes that make money for me and that I like slowly level.
Well, I don't know. So to kind of wrap up this,
none of that problem. I'm poor.
Yeah. Hey, what do you know? But
hey, it actually you get a lot of credits just doing operations. That's all I ever do, and I spent my 9 million. I still got over 10 million. I'm not these 200 millionaires or billionaires that are out there, but cash is easy in the game. I wish it were so true in real life.
I know. I wish I could just open up a crate and be like, oh look, 500K.
Yeah,
look, a Ferrari.
I went into the jungle the other day. I went walking. No, wait, there's no trees nearby. I went into the desert the other day, and I didn't come across a silver case of golds and gems and out there. I was really disappointed. I spent 6 hours out there. I almost died because I couldn't even find water.
You didn't find a crate dragon pearl next to that massive skull? How ridiculous.
I know, right? And I even rubbed one of these dead skulls out there. I think it might have been a hawk, not a crate dragon. But still, it didn't summon any mega boss or anything. Real life sucks, man.
Well, since you were by yourself, that's probably a good thing.
Actually, he picked up a disease. He just doesn't want to say it.
Oh.
hey, talks. What did I get? Anyway,
that's why I've got the collared shirt on in order to cover the rash.
And
gross.
Speaking of rashes, we should probably wrap this up.
What a lovely segment there.
So,
Any last words?
I do want to say thank you again to everybody who's joined us for our very first inaugural episode of this thing. We all admit and we all know that it is. We struggled to be cohesive in any kind of one way tonight. That's what happens when you start new things. You kind of feel it out and manage to get your feet under you. I'm pretty sure that within a few episodes. I'm apologizing, guys.
Oh man, what happened, Magic? He hit the ball into your like.
Well, I didn't want to talk over him because then you guys can't hear me because I've done it a few times, but nobody can hear it. So
it's
instead,
okay.
I'm just yelling
The stream says that Sakari isn't as hearable as you are, so just go ahead and talk on top of it.
That's what she said.
So technical issues as well. We'll get this thing figured out. But I just want to say thank you to you, those of you who have joined us for this very first run.
Yes, and thank you, everyone.
I'm pretty sure it's going to get smoother. Hopefully, right?
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't.
We got to our hour.
Yeah.
But we're going to be doing this on a weekly basis, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Mondays, and I've put the website into the chat room so that everybody can get any of the links and everything necessary from there.
Lovely.
Follow our Twitter accounts, and in particular, the Council SWTOR on Twitter.
Yes.
Just because that's where you'll be able to get any of when we release anything. We will be releasing this as a podcast as well, but we need to get that up, get the RSS feed set up. It might be a few weeks before iTunes actually approves it, but everywhere else you should be able to get it pretty quick once we get it to you guys. So
right.
Hashtag Android's great. Android's great. Just saying.
And so one of the things that we are going to do once we've concluded the episode tonight, I will get it uploaded to YouTube. So that's where we're going to get the full video archive is going to be there. But if you visit the website, thecouncilswotor.com, all of the episodes will be on there, the whole vodcast thing. And I think we'll make it happen. May be successful. I don't know.
All right.
I'm involved. I promise it'll be successful. So all you guys come back next Monday and we'll be successful. Thank you.
And maybe she'll say that's what she said at least some point during the
I said it
signature
three times. But like I said, whenever I'm talking, everybody else's is like priority, so you don't hear me.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get it figured out.
It's you.
All right, so that's the end of the episode. The one other thing that I did want to put out there is let everybody have the opportunity that is on the council to share their Twitch streams if they like. Sakari and I are active on there, but I know that both Magic and Elise have begun streaming a little bit here and there as well. So Elise, where did they find you on Twitch?
I'm Elise 1973, I believe.
Magic Ace?
The Magic Ace. That's where you can find me.
On
Sakari?
On Twitch or Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter. That was my
On
Twitter.
Twitch.
Okay, on Twitch, it's Magic Ace.
And that's MAJIKACE.
That's right. That's the real way to spell it. You guys have been messed up for a long time. I'm sorry the English language just confused you, but it's MAJIK.
We worry about her, guys. Okay.
What? That's because I'm so lovable. They worry I won't come back. I promise I'll be here next Monday.
Where are you at, Sakari?
I am Sakari on Twitter. I am Sakari. I have to kind of try to keep that.
So on Twitch, you're Sakari?
On Twitch, I am just /Sakari.
Okay,
Yeah, because
perfect.
I only talked about my Twitch. I didn't talk about my Twitter.
And I'm at R3DN4, which also happens to be the same as what I'm at on Twitter, which I know that Elise is at ABrown35. Magic is at the Magic Ace, MAJIK, the real Magic. And
That's
you've
right.
got Sakari is at I am Sakari. So don't forget to check out our website, as we mentioned before, thecouncilswotor.com. Also, if at some point you decide that you want to give us money, we would really like that. And we have a Patreon. I'd be okay if you wait a couple weeks to see that we do this more than once. But we've got a patreon.com/thecouncilswotor.
Nice.
And there's a
nailed it,
good
Brenda.
reason.
Smooth.
It's
And-
because this stuff isn't free. That's why.
That's right. We do have to pay to host these things. That's pretty much it right now. But also, we would like some feedback. If you guys have topic ideas, things that you want us to discuss or go over, debate, argue about, whatever, you can email all of us at thecouncil@thecouncilswotor.com. Straightforward. That's THECOUNCIL at THECOUNCILSWTOR.com. As for the rest of you, we're going to close this. The council has been called. The meeting is over. May the force be with you.
See you guys.
Mostly
Have
with
a
me.
great week. And we'll see you next
Bye.
week.
Laters!
I understand.
You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
What? How can you do this? This is outrageous. It's unfair. How can you be on the council and not be a master?
Take a seat, young Skywalker.
Forgive me, Master.